All right, welcome everybody to the Illinois Association for College Admission Counseling's virtual college exploration, which is powered by StriveScan. I'm Margaret Jones, and I'm just one of the facilitators here with IACAC, and we are super excited to have you all here. This program is only as good as you all make it, so we do encourage you to continue to sign up for more sessions after this one concludes. You can do that through IACAC.org. This recording will become available within a week or so, also through that same link, IACAC.org. Just want to manage your expectations here today. Your camera and microphone are off, so we can't see you. We don't know if you're laughing at our jokes, but we really do hope that you are. But just to maintain that privacy, we do want to make sure that you know that. And we do encourage you to engage with the panelists here today by using the Q&A feature. So go ahead and type your questions in there as they arise. Just to let you know, the panelists are only going to be able to see those. So don't panic if you don't see it pop up. Just know that our panelists do see it and they will address it how they see fit. Without further ado, I'm going to pass it on to our presenters to talk to you all about Columbia College Chicago. Thanks for joining again.
Hi, welcome all. Thank you so much for being part of the event today. This is the Columbia College Chicago virtual session. How it's going to go today is that James and Tashana are going to present. I'll be moderating the Q&A, so I'll be the one answering your questions as they pop up. My name's Marie Pata. I'm the Associate Director for Local Admissions. So I manage a team of folks that work in and around the Chicagoland area. And I thank you all for giving your time today to learn more about Columbia. And with that, I'm going to hand it on over to James.
Whoa. Thank you, Marie. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us today virtually. My name is James Sidoritis. I am an admissions representative here at Columbia College Chicago. I mainly focus in the Northern Lake County region, Northern Illinois region. I'm also a Columbia alum. I studied illustration. I love to draw. During my time here at Columbia, I was involved with galleries on campus and off campus, which is really great because we're in Chicago. There's tons of foot traffic here. I also worked for the school newspaper, the Columbia Chronicle. We were actually the #1 weekly newspaper in the state 4 years running. So if you're interested in like journalism, illustration, graphic design, creative writing, that's a great job on campus. You actually get paid to be any one of those things, and it's a great resume builder as well. After graduation, I kept busy. I did some book covers for a publisher out in San Francisco, Plimpton Publishing. Also did some local work here in Chicago, some local newspapers like Southside Weekly. And finally got a job here at Columbia because I can't really get enough of this place because I'm really surrounded by, creatives from students to faculty to staff. So it's very easy to stay inspired, stay motivated, stay creative. And Columbia has some awesome resources that you all will get to learn more about today. So thank you. Head it on over to Tashana.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tashana Thigpen. I am an admissions representative here at Columbia as well. I want to thank you all for joining us in this webinar today, and we are very, very pleased to have you. So please sit back and enjoy.
Oh, thank you. So Columbia College Chicago. We are a private liberal arts college that focuses in the arts and media. We're located in the South Loop. If you're familiar with the Bean, Chicago, we're about a 10-15 minute walk south from the Bean. So you've probably seen us before. Right across the street from Grant Park, Lollapalooza. So a great location for the arts and media. We're surrounded by entertainment, theater, museums, where students can get inspired and get those internships and jobs as well. We pretty much strive on hands-on learning. That's how you really get the jobs in these things. It's all about building that portfolio and networking here at the college. So Columbia does a great job at putting students in that creative environment so they can have that professional body at work. Some numbers. We have around 7,000 students here at the college. We bring in around 2,000 new students each year. We represent all 50 states in this country, and 38% of our students identify as students of color. And we embrace that here at the college, especially a college that focuses in the arts and media, that's all about sharing stories and telling about your experiences. we encourage students to do that here at the college, to share what they've gone through in life. Average class size is around 18 students, with student to full-time faculty ratio to 12:1. This is great to get that feedback from your classmates and your professors. And trust me, you want feedback from your professors. And we'll talk more about our faculty in this presentation as well. Finally, 16% of our students do identify as first-gen students. And also many of our admissions representatives are first-gen alumni. So we understand the questions and the process that families have when this is like the first time doing this type of process. So we welcome those questions. Don't feel intimidated about that. Mike, Shona.
Sorry about that. So let's get into what you want to study here. So Columbia has over 60 different major fields of study, and we break those up into different categories. So some of those categories are visual arts, the performing arts, media and digital arts. We have communication and writing. We have music and sound, as well as business and management. So we do offer more than 60 majors and programs. And if any of these catch your eye, if you want to look a little bit deeper into it, you can always look at our website, colum.edu/majors, and you'll be able to go in and view all of the different programs available to you. You can search by career, you can search by subject, you can search by major or minor. So that tool is definitely helpful for you. So please feel free to reach out. So for our different majors and programs, we have different application processes for certain degrees. So we offer different degrees here. We have a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree, commonly known as the BFA. We have a Bachelor of Music degree, commonly known as BMuse. We have a BA, which is the Bachelor of Arts, and then we have a BS, which is the Bachelor of Science degree. So these degrees differ in how they come about during your academic journey here. For the BFA and BMuse programs, those are more credit intensive, and they're very focused and rigorous in your major more specifically. So throughout your 4 years here, it may come that you have about 60 to 80 credit hours that are geared specifically towards your major. When you're applying for a BFA or a BMuse program, that may bump up to somewhere closer to 70 to 90 credit hours, because it is very intensive on your major and on your focus. So they do have a little bit of a different application process, and we'll go through that later. The BFA and the BMuse programs, since they are very credit intensive, sometimes that can leave less room for exploration in other departments. That's why if you're looking for something more of a variety, we suggest looking at your options for the Bachelor of Arts degrees, Bachelor of Science degrees, because those degrees are specifically set to give you some more room and flexibility in choosing courses to maybe explore different areas of the college or explore different interests that you have. So it is definitely, it's possible to double major sometimes. You can pick up minors, and of course it's not impossible to do this with a BFA or BMuse. We recommend that you stick very, very closely to your advisor if you choose to go any of those routes, but that's definitely an option. So if you're looking for more variety, we recommend the BA/BS programs versus the credit intensive BFA BMuse programs. But we do encourage your minor. A lot of our students will pick up a minor simply because you have room in your schedule for electives, and a lot of those electives can come out to fulfill a minor requirement. So you might graduate with maybe a business degree, but also a minor in dance or a minor in theater, something like that. So we definitely encourage that so that you're able to get that skill set that will be very important for you in your future, in your career, and in your life in general. Having a varied skill set is something that we, as Columbia staff members, we focus that, and we want to make sure that the student is getting that program. So we do have a very creative learning environment here at Columbia. So we like to foster creative learning environment because you're not just experiencing your art in your classes. You're experiencing it where you live. You're experiencing it in downtown Chicago. You're experiencing it all over the world. So we want to make sure you have the spaces and the tools that you need to succeed. So this brings to the different centers we have on campus, like our student center. Our student center was just built not too long ago. It's a big glass building. All of our buildings are about a mile wide, excuse me, about 4 blocks wide, a mile long, our campus is. And so we have our new student center, which is a big glass building. I like to call it our gathering center. So this is where students can come to collaborate on projects. They can come to just spend time with other students. But mostly there's a lot of different creative spaces for you within the student center, within other centers, within your residence halls, within your class buildings. So we're always making sure that you have the space that you need to go ahead and create.
Oh. Thank you. As Tashana mentioned, with the majors, there are certain categories you must fulfill in order to get that degree, and one of them will be the Columbia Core. And this is your traditional liberal arts subjects, so like your math, your science, your history, philosophy, psychology, stuff like that. So Columbia really wants you to have that well-rounded education so you can gain those transferable skills once you are ready to graduate and get those jobs. Because think about it, the stuff that you learn in history will influence, your stories in film if you're a film major, or, the mathematics, the geometry that you learn in those classes might help the illustrations for those types of courses. So all of these subjects really, help propel your art, your media self as well. Because really that's how you get these jobs, by trying to be as detailed as possible, and really informed on as much as you can. We have some stellar faculty here on campus. Our faculty are working professionals. When they're not teaching, they're working. I like to use my own professor as an example. He works for Nickelodeon, Chris Eliopoulos. If you're familiar with the TV show Yo Gabba Gabba, he had done some work with them. And I was pretty intimidated by the man at first, right? I watched Nickelodeon my whole life. However, he turned out to be one of the nicest teachers I've ever had. So those are one of the first ways to get some type of job or internship opportunity, is just being friends with your professor. And again, these small class sizes will help with this, because your professor will know you by your first name. They'll get to help form your ideas, understand that where you're coming from, your background. They've been art students just like you, so that they understand where you want to get at. So and them being working professionals currently in the field, they understand where the industry's heading, what current fads there are. So definitely be friends with your professor. Don't be intimidated by them, because they're award-winning, Grammy-winning, whatever it may be, because they're there to help you.
So let's dive into living on campus. So we do have residence halls on campus that is available to any of our incoming students. So housing, I want to make this clear, housing is completely optional for all of our students at any point during their career here. We do have residence centers. We have traditional dorm style residence halls, but we also have apartment style residence halls. And you can also feel free to check some of these buildings and some of these residence centers out by going ahead and signing up for any of our virtual tours that are available 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. You can sign up at the link on the page here. But our residence centers, they're definitely an extension of our creative learning environment. So this is where it comes in, where you have the option to collaborate with not only people in your residence halls, but outside of your residence halls, making sure that you're connecting with everyone. So we don't have specific residence centers for only classes, so only freshmen or only juniors. We definitely like to spread out our student body. So all of our housing residents, our residences are definitely open to all students, except for one that has one age requirement. But they are definitely an extension of our learning environment. So we do have those creative spaces within your residence halls. We have those study rooms, we have those study spaces, we have those music rooms. So if you want to, put on a quick performance for someone in your residence hall, you can do that. So those are really helpful to help your career and help your art, just being within that residence hall. Inside of our residence halls, we do offer gender inclusive housing. So this is a part of our living community. So it's completely optional to live in one of our living communities. So gender inclusive housing is one of those, as well as the honors program. So if you do opt into the honors program, you have the option to live on the honors floor as well. So let's get into a little bit of our alumni. So our Columbia alumni, they find success all over the world. Not only is their work present in Columbia, what they've done here, but they take that out into the world and they express that not even in the United States all the time, but beyond. So our alumni are definitely coming and creating their art and perfecting their craft, and then they're going out into the world and they're making a difference. Some of our alumni that you may know of, Lena Waith, Nima Kelly, some of our alumni, Chris Thigpen, yes, my brother is an alumni as well. So our alumni work all over. Some of the companies that our alumni are working for currently, ABC, we have some people working at Apple, and of course my favorite, we have a couple of alumni working at Disney at the moment. So definitely, you're not just coming here working on your art and it's only Columbia's, we're helping you to perfect your craft so that you can go out and make a difference in this world.
So how do you get here? Application is really simple. It's all online. We're actually live right now. I hope you're applying right now. We also use the Common App as well. So if you are planning to apply to like 5-10 different colleges at once, we can be one of those colleges. What we need, right? We need your transcripts. You got to see your grades. Number 2, writing sample. The writing sample is pretty much why Columbia. Why do you want to come here and study that specific major in downtown Chicago? So maybe think about our resources that we can offer you. Maybe what you can offer us. What do you bring to the table to Columbia? That could really turn some heads as well. And then there is an application fee, $25. Things that are optional, but totally recommended, can't hurt you. Letters of recommendation. We'll read 1, we'll read 2, we'll probably not read 3, 4, 5, but definitely, send in a letter of recommendation, maybe from an art teacher, a theater teacher, drama director, a coach, any of those things that would definitely, help your application, especially if you feel that maybe your GPA isn't as strong as you want it to be. Another optional material, test scores. Yes, we are test optional. You don't have to submit the ACT or SAT. That doesn't mean you bomb the test, all right? Because it does help scholarship opportunities. So try your best, but no, it's not a make it or break it here at the college. I like to tell students, if you hit that average of our college's test scores or higher, then send them in. That's really great for scholarship opportunities. So the average SAT score is around a 1200, and the average ACT score is around a 23. If I didn't mention, the average GPA coming in from an incoming freshman is a 3.3. And that's pretty much the application. We review applications in a rolling basis, so you usually hear within 2 to 3 weeks. We expect to get our first decisions out by the end of October, early November. And finally, we review applications in a holistic manner. So we do look at your freshman year up until senior year. We look at your extracurricular activities, as well as what type of courses you are enrolled in, you know, honors, AP, all that great stuff. As we mentioned earlier too in the presentation, there is a portfolio submission. And the portfolio submission is optional for those BA and BS students. However, it can't hurt you. It's totally there for scholarship purposes. So I tell every Columbia student to submit one, because usually if you are interested in Columbia, you're probably in an art class, drama club, band, something in it where you are making something already. So might as well submit that work for potential money, right? There is a deadline. There's a catch. January 15th, 2021 is the deadline to submit any portfolio items. So I tell students that's a good time to get the whole application in. So then you're pretty much smooth sailing after that. But when it comes to the BFA and BMUS majors, these require a portfolio. Since the major is more rigorous in nature, we require a portfolio upon admission. And again, you could check out the requirements at the web address below, colum.edu/BFA for those requirements. My advice for, you know, my seniors right now, or, you know, juniors, current juniors, if there are any, try to enroll in a class at your high school that offers these types of programs, like an art class, AP Studio, AP Photography, or maybe drama club. You know, document your work, so then you have it for this portfolio and audition for potential money.
So let's get into the nitty gritty. I know it's a little tedious, but it is very, very important. So money. We understand, we very, very clearly understand that sometimes finding the right college for some students may mean finding the best college for your budget. And we are very aware of that. So that's why we want to make sure that you have a plan, just as we will have a plan. So this is a big investment for your future. This is a big investment in your career, and we understand that. Therefore, our admissions staff is here. We're open to you through phone call, through video appointment, email, to go over your financial plan. So whether that's going over your financial aid award letter, whether that's explaining scholarships to you, or whether that's just sitting down and budgeting and planning something else to make sure that you have the correct plan in place. We are welcome to do that. So please reach out to any admissions officer if you are looking to speak about anything financial. So our estimated tuition and fees for the past academic year, this current academic year, excuse me, was just under $29,000 per academic year. So that's for fall and spring. Our estimated room and board is about $16,000. So again, housing is completely optional for our students, for any of our students. A lot of our students commute to campus as well. And I want to be clear that that $16,000, that's our high end of housing. So our housing really can range anywhere from $8,000 up to $16,000, depending on where you're placed. So we are fully committed to helping you pursue your education, and we want to make sure that this is viable for you financially as well as academically. So if you have any struggles or you want to talk about this, reach out to any one of us so that we can go over your plan. We can go over this one-on-one, or if you have some general questions, you can feel free to type those in the chat. We can answer some of those as well. If you want to take the time out for yourself to go ahead and look at some of the fees that you may be paying for, you can always go to our net price calculator, and that link is colum.edu/net price. And this, you can go in, and make adjustments and see how much it might cost you to attend Columbia. So feel free to look at that as well. So please, this is all of our information. This is our address, all of our social media. You can definitely reach out to us through email. You can reach out to us through phone, but we are here for your questions. We are here to help you. So please feel free to reach out to us at any point.
Well, yep. Thank you, everyone, for listening in. Please, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can shoot them in the chat box below, the Q&A box below, and hopefully we can answer them. We have some pretty smart folks in Columbia here, so it seems like we did have a question on BFAs. A student asked if you could apply for a BA initially and then jump into the BFA once you are enrolled here. And yes, you totally could do that. You could apply as a BA student and then jump into the BFA program by your sophomore, junior year. Yep. I actually did that myself. I transferred here. I was a BA student and then I jumped into my BFA program.
And just as a reminder, everyone, you can just drop any questions that you have into the chat box and we can get those answered. So we still have just a little over 15 minutes left of time with you. So just go ahead and drop them on in there. And we do have a question that just came in. So if students are submitting portfolios to the College Board for an art course in high school, does that mean the portfolio we send to Columbia has to be in before then? And I believe the answer is no. But yeah, James or Tishana, did you want to go further in that? Because for us, the answer is no. It might be different from art school to art school, but we don't have those types of kind of restrictions in that sense. Our deadline for portfolio submission, remind me all, is it January 1st or January 15th this year?
January 15th.
Cool. Another question we have, does Columbia have clubs?
Yes, of course. So we have over 60 different organizations and clubs, and they can range from affinity groups to intramural sports. Sorry about that. So definitely, we have a lot of different opportunities for students on campus. And if there's not a club for you, you can create one. And I'm sure other people will share your joy as well. So definitely, and that information is on our student page as well. So feel free to look through any of our organizations and student activities.
Yeah, my little blurb about clubs, honestly, no matter where you end up going to college, university, join clubs and organizations. That's a great way to, meet friends, gain work in your portfolio, especially if the club is related to your major or an art field. Because a lot of art clubs at Columbia does some type of outside events or activity in the city. So you never really know who can join those events. For example, the Illustration Club hosts their own Comic-Con on campus, and it's open to the public. So students, sell buttons, pins, comics, posters, prints, and it's all, created on campus. So that's just one of the cool examples that, what clubs do here at Columbia.
Thank you. Another question, do we have film director classes? And this might also be a time to just expand a little bit on our film program and what is actually offered. And perhaps, James, you might want to take that since you're maybe currently enrolled in a film class.
Yeah, we do have film director classes. You can actually major in directing as a concentration in the film department. So one of the courses that pops in my head is a director and actor workshop. So you work with actors work with directors, and you create scenes throughout the semester. That's one of the first beginning courses. One of my goals as a film student now is the film practicum. By your senior year, Columbia actually gives you a budget. They give you money to make a short film. So it's a big group collaboration where if you're majoring in directing, you're the director. If you're majoring in cinematography, you're the cinematographer. So it's a real great group project where by the end of it, you have a short film that is, you know, submitted to film festivals, competitions, all that great stuff. So you not only learn how to make a film, but how to budget it as well. So, you know, hire actors, hire food for your crew, props, all that good stuff.
Awesome. Thank you, James. Another question is about scholarships, like what kind of scholarships we offer. And then we should probably, whomever takes this question, kind of make mention of what we offer for CPS students, and then also in the way of Art Schools Network students.
Of course. So there are 3 different ways that you can obtain scholarships here at Columbia as an incoming student. So incoming students, when you apply, you're automatically considered for any merit-based scholarship that we have. So our merit-based scholarship, that's anything based on your academic career in high school, possibly your test scores if you choose to submit that to us. So we'll take a look through, you know, your GPA, your test scores, the classes that you've taken, and you can be awarded a merit-based scholarship off of that. Our merit-based scholarships can range up to $12,000. We have scholarships specifically for CPS students. So if you are from a CPS school, we do have specific scholarships for that. We also have specific scholarships available for any student that attends an Art Schools Network school. So that is an option as well. The second way that you can go ahead and apply for scholarships is our need-based scholarships, and that is dependent on your FAFSA. So if you are in any way eligible to file the FAFSA, we recommend that you do so, not only for the federal and state government purposes, but also for Columbia's purposes as well. We are able to award some Columbia need-based scholarships. So if you do have the option to file the FAFSA, please do so. And our third way for earning scholarships upon admittance is the Faculty Recognition Award. So that's the award that we were referring to with the portfolio. So for a Faculty Recognition Award, the BA and BS students, they have the option to submit their portfolio. And then our faculty members in your intended area of major, they will go through and they'll look at your work and possibly award you talent-based scholarships. For those who are applying for the BFA and BMUS programs, you are required to submit that portfolio. So as long as you submit your portfolio, you're automatically considered for the Faculty Recognition Award. So those are the 3 different ways that you can gain scholarships coming into Columbia.
Awesome. Thank you, Tashana. So we still have just like over 10 minutes left. What other questions do you all have? Just feel free to drop them in the chat box. We're happy to answer any of them.
Well, James, I would like to know, what is campus life like?
Well, campus life. It's hustle and bustle. That's what I like to say. Everyone is really working on a project. That's like the big thing about Columbia. Learning by doing, creating projects, building that portfolio, that body of work at the college to get you that job once you're ready to graduate. Well, I noticed that we did get a question. Do you have sports? You bet we have sports. And I'll be honest, our sports, I'll give it a grade like C or D. Let's just say the most popular sport on campus is Quidditch from Harry Potter. But we do have intramural sports, like we have soccer, we have basketball, we have baseball, but it's pretty much if we can get the numbers to do it. Like we've had it in the past, but I would say, you know, not every year. But yeah, it's open to join. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And there's another question about our acceptance policy for IBs and AP credits.
Yes, we do accept AP and IB credit. So for any AP credit, the best way to submit that information to us is to add us to your College Board account so that when you do receive your test scores, we will get them automatically. We accept AP scores of 3 or higher. You can take a look on our website for the specific courses that you can take for AP credit. Like James mentioned before, some of those courses are AP Studio or AP Music, things like that. So definitely take a look. If you are attending any AP courses or any IB credit, you can go ahead and submit that to us.
Awesome. Thank you, Tashana. Another question about portfolio stuff. Do you have to submit the portfolio for the scholarship on January 15th as well?
Yep, good question. Yes, you do have to submit your portfolio by January 15th. So you can submit work like on December 2nd, edit it a bit, and then confirm it and submit it on January 15th. I hope that makes sense. So you can like edit and upload work up until that date and click submit on the 15th. Also have another great question. What are some components of our portfolio we should include to strengthen it? First, the portfolio must be geared towards your major. So if you want to study photography here, you must follow the photography guidelines. And that guideline is like 10 to 15 images. And same idea for like illustration and like graphic design. So first, yeah, make sure you, I guess, know your major. And then go on our website and check the requirements for each major and see what requirements are for you. Let's say you want to study photography, but you never really had that experience in photography. You could always put undecided on your application and then submit the work that you are stronger in. So maybe you didn't have, a camera for photography yet, but you were making music a bunch and you have some strong music samples. You could submit that as a undecided major, and that could potentially get you a scholarship as well.
Thank you, James. Another question from a student is, can a student both pursue writing and also film direction? A little bit of a double major type question.
Yes, so definitely. With double majors, we definitely recommend that you stick very closely with your academic advisor because double majoring can definitely, tighten your schedule a little bit. So definitely stick with your academic advisor, but also another great opportunity for students who are looking for varied interests throughout the college and not just, one department, looking to explore multiple departments. Something that's very good for those students is the Bachelor of Arts degrees or the Bachelor of Science degrees, because those have a little more flexibility to explore in different departments. You also have the possibility to pick up a minor. So, those elective credit hours that you might still need to fulfill can wrap it all up into a minor. So you can definitely explore throughout the college. So don't feel like you have to stay within one department. You'll have to take classes outside of your department regardless, but that's definitely what that minor option is for you to explore your interests. So definitely that's optional.
And then Tashana, if someone does double major, is it possible that they can take a minor?
It is very difficult to do both. So this is another situation where you would need to stick very closely to your academic advisor because some programs will allow for that, but some programs aren't built for that, especially those, rigorous BFA B-Muse programs. That needs to be definitely planned out from the beginning. So if you are just looking towards a double major or looking towards maybe a minor or you're looking towards a BFA or B-Muse and need more information, please reach out to one of us, one of the admissions officers, so we can dive a little bit deeper into it. And our information's on the different pages too, so you'll be able to contact all of us.
Well, thank you, Tashana. There's a question about COVID, which we do get a lot of these. So if COVID's still going on next academic year, so like next fall, is school going to be online? And I'll hand this off to James and Tashana to answer, but one thing I did want to state kind of at the onset of it is that, the current president is really putting these types of decisions in the hands of states. So states get to make these decisions. So if Illinois has lower numbers or what have you, and we have the kind of safe go ahead and fully reopen campus in that sense, then we would go ahead and do that. It's just still like too early to tell what would be going on, but we have been very effective in our communication with like parents and families and students, and just like letting them know like what our plans are moving forward. We've been very transparent about it. Right now, what our students are currently doing is they're doing a combo. So they're doing some remote classes, so doing them from their home. And then they're also doing some hybrid classes, which hybrid classes, some of you probably already know about this because some of your schools might be doing this as well, means that you're remote part of the time, and then the other time you're coming to campus for the classes. We've also done a ton on campus to make it safe and effective in combating COVID, same within our residence halls. So to answer your question, like, it's too soon to tell whether or not that's going to happen. We have every intention of making the best decision that is safest, like for our community and for all of you. I don't know if James or Tashana, if there's anything else you wanted to add to what's been going on with Columbia as it relates to COVID, or it's up to you.
Yeah, I would say you said it great. I would only add like the hybrid courses. They were designed that the more studio-based courses were like those hybrid courses. So like lecture-based courses were more online. The studio art-based courses were more like the hybrid ones. So like we still had that opportunity to, you know, kind of get hands-on as safely as possible.
Cool, thank you. Kind of two questions in one. So how many students at the college get internships? So kind of just what the internship program looks like. And then what percentage of students study abroad, and numbers aside, just kind of what study abroad normally looks like when we're not dealing with a global pandemic.
I can definitely jump in here. So I can definitely try and give you a better percentage personally, but a lot of our students will get internships. So you have the option as a student to take internships all 4 years. Unfortunately, you won't be able to gain academic credit until after your sophomore year, but you do have the option to go ahead and apply for internships. One thing I want to mention is our Career Center here on campus. They're here to help you get those internships. They can do a lot of resume critiquing, mock interviews. They can look at maybe if you're taking an internship outside of Columbia, they can look at some of that stuff to make sure that you're getting the academic rigor that you need within those internships. So definitely a lot of our students will, they'll definitely get a lot of internships. We have a lot of students that will take them within Columbia as well as outside of Columbia. And that's where a lot of the information that James was talking about earlier with our student-run groups like the Columbia Chronicle, our radio station, they're student-led. So these are still options for you on campus as well as off campus. So definitely utilize those resources. We have an app called Handshake. I'm not too sure if many people are aware, but it's an app that it posts jobs, and there's employers that are around Chicago, outside of Chicago, that are specifically looking for Columbia College students to work for them. So there's two different ways that you could definitely get internships. And then you'll have, definitely collaborating with your instructors, with your faculty members, in collaborating with your peers. A lot of internships and jobs come out of that as well. So definitely taking advantage of your resources here, the Career Center, your peers, your faculty members is at the utmost importance for you to get those internships.
And then we just have 2 minutes left. Is there anything quickly anyone wanted to say about the study abroad program as it normally appears? Not COVID time.
Honestly, do it. Do it. No matter where you go, study abroad. I wish I did it. That's like my biggest regret as a college student. Like, think about it. It's a chance where you get to learn a different culture, country, and get credits under your belt. So you can maybe take like a writing course out in Prague or Spain or Ireland. They go to different places each year. And unfortunately this year, it's put on hold. And they do hold like information sessions throughout the semesters. And usually students can study abroad by their sophomore year. But you know, it doesn't have to just be your sophomore year. It could be junior or senior year. I wish I did it, honestly. It's an awesome thing to do.
Great, we have 1 minute left. We thank you all so much for joining us. Again, there's a recording of this. Our contacts are in the recording, but we really appreciate your participation, and we really appreciate your questions and taking time out of your day to hang out with us virtually. And to Shauna and James, any closing remarks for our guests?
Thank you so much for joining us. I know this took a lot out of your day, so thank you so much. And feel free to reach out to us. Our contact information is going to be put up in a second. Please reach out at any time.
Yep. Thank you all for listening. Stay safe out there, and yeah, bear down.
Once again, we thank you all so much for joining us here for the Columbia College Chicago presentation. After you close your window today, there will be a very brief 4-question survey. We really appreciate your feedback and how we can make this program better. Like I said before, continue to sign up for additional sessions at IACAC.org, and this recording will be made available within the week at IACAC.org. So if you didn't get a chance to catch that contact information, definitely go back and watch it to be able to reach out to these wonderful presenters. Thank you all so much for joining. You all take care and stay safe.
Yeah.